Brendan, congratulations. Quite a result, quite a performance. What was the most pleasing aspect for you?
The start of the game, obviously, that's what why we kept the same team to start the game well. So we put so much energy into the game. I think you give St Johnstone a load of credit because it's difficult, hot conditions, and it's man-to-man. So you have to move them. We have to give a lot of energy and quality to the game, but they have to run as well. But I thought the players were excellent and tried to keep going second half to keep the ambition in the game. But no, it was very good.
Brendan, see when you come up against a man-for-man situation, you obviously come up against a lot of different types. Is there little triggers you get that the players then adapt to? Because I thought Callum McGregor today was brilliant at finding the space because it's man-for-man. Is there little things? Because that 12-minute spell was devastating today.
Yeah, I think it depends how a team pressures you at the top of the pitch. If they go with two, then of course you can connect the game through the sides and get forward, and then it gets set back to him. If a team plays one up and one off, then of course your centre halves are free. You step in, and then you then have to operate on the side of the field a wee bit more. But they're in tune with all of that now. That was something that over the last 12 months or so we had to become better at, dealing with that man-to-man, because a lot of teams before that were maybe zonal sat in, so you then have to get through that. But you have to work really, really hard in it to move the ball and find little gaps, and the players did that.
I thought it was very impressive. That little spell was excellent.
Very good.
Brendan, were you surprised, obviously, the way St Johnstone started the game, playing out for the back, really allowing you to be aggressive and go up and press like you get the first goal from it?
Not really, no. I think seeing since the new manager comes in, he's had a lot of courage to play, and he's obviously made a lot of changes in January, and I think that their team have got better and better. It's obviously now coming to 5 games, but I wasn't surprised by that. No, you have to be really aggressive in your press, and thankfully we're able to do that. But they build the game well. I've seen them in games where they have done that. We had to be really concentrated and make sure that we were ready for the ball coming into areas that we want to be aggressive in our press.
I just find the mentality of the team, Brendan, whenever they're asked the question, or whenever there's a jeopardy to the game, they find the answers, no matter what the circumstances are. And they've had a brilliant campaign in Europe, but domestically, I know that, like, at times it's hard to keep having that edge. But when there's something on the line, even last year when they won the double, they find the answers.
Yeah, and I think that's the beauty of this squad. Like, last year was tight.
Exactly.
Getting into February, March, but then we accelerated through that period and finished really well and played well. Sometimes the confidence, this is the thing I talked about, it's not nice. You want it, but you don't really as a manager, because you're missing the edge. And that took the edge off a couple of performances, like when we played Southampton a few weeks ago, or St Johnstone, sorry. But last week against Hearts, and get my teams mixed up. Kilmarnock. So many get sorry.
It's a long season.
It's a long season. We're in high 50s now, nearly. So last week, very, very good. And obviously today, and it was hot on the pitch. I just had to walk around there. You wouldn't want to be playing on it, like it's boiling. But the players were brilliant, and like I said, the concentration was really good.
The power they have as well, and just that acceleration of tempo. The smell it, Brendan, do you know what I mean? Yeah, the smell, what's coming, the trophies or whatever, or the smell in the game, the team's weaknesses, and they just go bump.
Well, I think what we had to reinforce last week and this week, what we're all about, if you play with the speed and you attack and you press well, then we can be a really, really difficult team to play against. But when you're passive and you're passing, you're playing sidewards instead of playing forward, then I don't like that.
Yeah, so
absolutely, and you just miss little moments to play forward. But I can't complain. They're an incredible group of young players and young men who want to improve and win.
And you talk about those levels, Brendan. Callum McGregor today became the 7th player in your squad to hit double figures in scoring. I mean, that is quite an achievement, and something that's not been done at Celtic since 1966-67. So it shows you how impressive that is.
Yeah, well, he's such a unique player, the balance he gives the team. Like you see the first 2 goals, he scores one and creates one, but that's because of how the opposition play, so you get the chance to release him forward, and he's
special.
Tactical idea of the game is such a high level. He's a coach on the pitch.
Yeah, he is.
And it's now business time as far as the season's concerned. Next week you've got the opportunity to clinch the league. You're in the cup final now as well. Is it important for you that the players keep that jeopardy, they keep that sharpness now in the brain coming into this period?
Yeah, I said to them last week, we get to the cup final and I'll give them some sort of performance targets for the last 5 games, because we want to finish strong and we want to take a good rhythm into the cup final. So we'll have a look at that during the week. But as I said, over the course of the season, as Neil said, the Champions League, we were very, very good in that, and we'll get better. Domestically, the concentration, the ambition in the team. Been so many games we played so well. Other games, okay, you can nitpick here and there and fixate on some of the games have not been so good. But for me, I'd rather look at with so many good games. But we now got to keep it going to the end of the season, finish off what would be a brilliant season for us.
Yeah, it certainly would be. We appreciate your time.
Pleasure.
Thank you, Brendan.
Thank you.
Congratulations
Cheers.
again.
Thank you.
You know you've got Aberdeen in the finals.
Cheers.
We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Thanks, Brendan Rodgers there.